Hello, we're in the greenhouse today. Now, in the greenhouse, we've got some tomatoes, some cucumbers, some more tomatoes. This one's quite a big tomato plant. Another cucumber, some coriander there. Just take a good look at that coriander flower. And we've also got this quite a fine specimen of a poppy plant. Now this is the typical opium poppy. It's got a black cross, as you can see, on the inside, and red petals. Now I've also got, if you see here, a kilo of poppy seed, which I'll be planting in the allotments next year. And if I just sit down, as you can see, this poppy plant has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's got roughly 15 heads, and this is just a single poppy plant. Now, it's a very beautiful specimen. They're opening day by day. There was 4 open today, and the petals fell off and the crown raised. So I collected the pods for the seed. Now, an interesting thing, we've got a poppy down here also, and also one there and one there. I'll show you the other poppies later. This is another poppy. Now, if you would look here, this is where I've cut off. Oh look, there's a spider. Can you see it? Isn't that interesting? Bit of wildlife there. But, oh, this is where I've cut off the poppy head for the seed, and this is actually raw opium. This is what gets collected by the Afghan farmers. I don't know if you can actually see that very well, but this is what gets collected by the Afghan farmers to make into cooked opium. They boil it in water to remove impurities. Now this cooked opium can then be turned into pharmaceutical morphine and pharmaceutical grade heroin, and it all comes from poppies just like this. This one is basically inside the greenhouse, so it is in an environment similar to Afghanistan. Now, these are the heads which haven't opened yet. I'm not sure if you can actually see that, but they're sealed up and they have the leaves inside, and it's very nice. Now, we've got a severed stem there with no opium coming out. It's been totally poured out. I think down here I did actually, oh, there's a spider again. There's another spider. Can you see that? Let's see if we can get a shot of that spider. There it is. Can you see that? Down here, yes, there's a stain just on the leaf there of opium that's dried. See, it's a milky colour, a milky brown. This is all really which I've got to say about the opium poppy. It's a fascinating plant, highly addictive. I wouldn't recommend a drug user cultivating the opium poppy, because they would end up converting their whole garden to this poppy because the effects of the opium are constant. They hardly wear off unless you are using an ounce a day. And they do say if you have more than 3 pipes of opium a day, you are an addict. But I think this flower is just so beautiful. I really do. I think it's the most beautiful flower that God has ever created. It sure beats growing cannabis. I used to grow cannabis for 10 years. 2008 was my last year growing cannabis, and it's totally illegal. Where I used to grow it, it was pretty much legal. It was being made legal as well in the courts, but then they changed the laws, so I couldn't grow it anymore. So I started growing this poppy, and I'm going to show you now some other poppies I've planted. If I just get my bag of seed and pop it in there. Here's one. Now down here, these are some late planted seed. Usually you plant them in September the year before, but these were planted in spring this year. Now you can see the size difference. These are all poppies. I'm not sure what colour these are. They've yet to produce any heads, but they are all poppies. Now on a quick side note, over here we have a very special plant called Datura, if you can see that. This is Datura. Now we're trying to eradicate this Datura because it is highly poisonous. It's a highly poisonous plant, and they're the trumpet-shaped flowers, which you can see, and it is very poisonous, and it grows up that tree, and it's covered that, and it's growing over there. And these are some other flowers in the garden. Well, this is one of my special flowers. This is jasmine. I've been waiting for this to flower. Just got some bugs on there. This is a beautiful flower. Well, that's it. Let me just show you one last look at the poppy. There it is. It's about 8 o'clock at night now, roughly. And that's a very beautiful specimen. It's quite large. I'd say it's a good 5 foot tall. Okay.